to start the engine sometime soon, Erica?
Don't worry. I did this 100 times during the war. It's like riding a bike.
I sense a tension, a feeling that something's in the air.
Oh my God.
Our job puts us up against death. And we might not like it, but we do have to face it. Hold on to your saddles.
We are explorers. It's easy to forget how awesome that is.
That's the mission. It's what we love most.
I have this crazy theory.
I love a crazy theory.
What does this mean?
I don't know. Shut up.
Do you know the odds of all of us being here at this time? It's improbable, and yet here we are, together.
Surprise!
My gosh, Rebecca Romaine, as I live and breathe, there you be. Congratulations on this role as number one. What a great and iconic role this is.
Yes, indeed. It's a real honor. You know, there's always a little pressure that comes along with playing a legacy role, one that was created 60 years ago by Majel Barrett Roddenberry. And we didn't have very much to go on. So yeah, it's been a real honor to flesh out the character and take some artistic liberties. And it's fantastic.
I find her very...
world. I mean, it's a real pinch me job, you know?
I know. I find her very funny and yet a very powerful woman.
Well, thank you.
There you go.
I'm glad that's conveyed.
Anson Mount, we were like in a film together years ago, Pool Hall Junkies.
Oh, were you in that?
I was an extra. I was a nobody, but yeah, Salt Lake is just fun to make movies in. And,
I had a great time.
Yeah, it's a great film. I mean, I like that film.
Except trying to get into the bars was tricky. Like,
well, they
clubs?
closed them at 3. I don't know why.
What do they call them? Drinking clubs or something? You have to be a member.
We have the weirdest liquor laws here in Utah.
Very strange.
Captain Christopher Pike, also an iconic character, and you've managed to give him a lot of depth that I don't think the actors that played him in the films got to do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been able to capitalize on fleshing out a character that we really only had, in our timeline, we only had first act Pike, the Pike, Jeffrey Hunter's Pike.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a lot to go on. So it gave me a lot of freedom to come in and flesh out the second act Pike. And I hope someday to get to the third act Pike.
Well, we will. I mean, the show is, it's huge everywhere. Do you guys go to the conventions and what's that like, meeting the fans, Rebecca?
We do. The fans are really important to the whole world for us. Everyone that makes the show is a fan. Everyone behind the cameras, all of the actors, everyone who writes it. We're all Star Trek fans. And the fans, we really appreciate the feedback from all the fans. A lot of things that they give us feedback on get implemented within the episodes. I mean, we really listen. I don't think the Trek world would be the Trek world without the fans. They're a really important part of it.
Anson, how about you?
I like to say it's not just a fan community, it's a culture.
Yeah.
And you really have to respect that. But I like it because when the first time I went to a Trek convention, I was amazed that, you get used to being an actor. Sometimes you walk into a room and people give you high status for no reason. And this was not the case. They would come right up to me, and the phrase that they kept saying was, was welcome to the family. And I really appreciated the sentiment.
It goes beyond that. It goes with the other casts and everything, past and present, that you're all in this family, and God bless you for being there too. I mean, as a fan, I love this show. It's very much like the original Star Trek to me.
Thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
Rebecca, I'm going to give you the last word. What do you think audiences are going to take away from this new season?
Well, we took some big swings genre-wise, and I think people will be surprised. We really go for it. I mean, the writers really just kept thinking way outside the box this season, and it's almost like we got more with the success of the first season, and to the extent that it was embraced, the reaction was so good that I think the network really put a lot of faith into the writers to just go for it. So we went for it, and I hope that everyone loves it, because we really had a fun time making it.
I'm glad. Thank you both so much. Anson, you're the only man in the world that I'm jealous of his hair. There you go.
Chris. I need you back, Captain.
No matter how many stars there are in the sky, no matter how many galaxies swirl beyond our own, no matter what the mathematical probabilities or the number of times we say, we are not alone in the universe. Our first visit from the stars is always the province of children's stories and science fiction. Until one day, it isn't.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
This place that I call. I don't want to explain it to her like you.
Wow, I am just jazzed to talk with this particular cast and with you guys. Strange New Worlds is so well written and so interesting in its perception of humanity and the future. Jess playing Nurse Chapel has got to be a hoot.
Totally, yeah, it is.
But you're playing her really as a badass.
Do you think so? Thanks.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that is attributed to what the writers have created for me. So, full credit goes to them. But yeah, I've been completely delighted with where they are taking her. And the woman that she is turning out to be feels like they're honoring what Major would have wanted.
Yeah, and Ethan, man, I mean, taking on the role of Spock has got to be a huge responsibility as an actor.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. No, I'm just kidding. It's an amazing challenge, an incredible challenge, and one of the wildest rides in my life so far.
Leonard Nimoy once told me that playing Spock was one of the most freeing roles he'd ever taken on because of everything that Spock is about. And yet, as an actor, he told me that it just touched every button an actor wants.
Oh wow, well that's really nice for him. He he set the rules, so I've got to follow them now. So for me, it's probably be a little more constrictive. I would imagine that his creation might have been a result of that process you just described. But for me, I've really got to be careful not to break the rules that he established.
But this Spock is your own, of course. I mean, you're not doing imitations of anybody. I love your character.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that it would be impossible to separate Ethan from Spock. So much of who I am is embedded in the role and the character and the performance, and we are inextricable from one another on screen, I would say.
Jess, what do you think audiences are going to take away from this new season of Strange New Worlds?
Oh my God, so many different things. You mean for Chapel or just more broadly?
Just more broadly, yeah.
What are they going to take away from it? That we can do it whatever the F we want.
Well, that's science fiction in a nutshell, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's been a hoot. I think they've really stretched themselves to the writers I'm speaking about, and makers of the show really stretched themselves to the nth degree in a way that's been really fun for us to inhabit.
I've got two of my favorite actors right in front of me, and wow.
You say that to everyone, Tony Toscano.
But I feel special because I like it.
Thank you, Celia Rose. What great characters, and I know that I've got two ends of really the same thing here. Christina, you're playing a new character that hasn't been explored, and Celia Rose is coming on the tales of Nichelle Nichols and Zoe Saldana, and you're making Uhura your own. That's very special, and a lot of actors don't get to do that unless you're playing Batman or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's been amazing. As you can tell, I get quite speechless when I try and explain just how clearly impactful it is to be a part of something like this, and to also say that I had an opportunity to sort of put my own spin on this like gold star Trek character, to say that I put my own little personality spin on it. It's not many people can say that, and I know that, and so the weight of that is not lost on me.
What I love about the way your character is developing is that she knows that she's, she looks at herself and she's not quite sure, and goes through all of those things that everybody does, and it's such a universal character.
Yeah, I think that's why so many people are so interested in what I have to offer her, because so many people, especially young people, see themselves in her, see this clearly capable, clearly brilliant beyond even her own understanding. We see this person who has all of the reasons to be this like overconfident, self-fulfilled individual, but instead we see her in a very human light of like having this talent and not really thinking it's enough. And so to showcase this character who in the past has been beloved for her confidence and her understanding of herself and her ability to utilize the personality traits that she's very comfortable with in order to warm the hearts of those around her, to play the beginning of that and see that she started out just like all of us, not really sure what's going on and not really sure whether she deserves all the goodness that's coming her way. I think that's why people gravitate towards her, and that's what I love playing about her.
And Christina, my gosh, you're part of the Noonien Singh family in the series. You're a very, very strong character, and finding her humanity, I think.
Yeah, especially when we come into season 2 as well, once she's faced her demons, the Gorn, you can't get worse than that. So after having gone through that, she starts to open up trust, you know, her team, her crew are around her, support her through it, and she comes through the other side ready to connect, ready to open up her heart, slowly, little by little. But yeah, she's definitely, you know, the trauma and the fierceness in her to win over it is very fun to play.
Yeah, and like I have a second maybe, but she balances that with some humor. She is just a great character, and I've got to go. But Celia, congratulations on the Tony, and God bless you both.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
This place that I call. I want to explain it to her that you
She is just a badass, isn't she?
She is. She was a joy to play in season 1, and I'm very, very excited for fans to see so much more of her in season 2.
She has a great sense of humor, which I've noticed in the writing, and you bring that out so well. I mean, you know, she'll laugh and then tear your heart out, literally.
Yes, thank you. So I feel like it's like me as well, now that you say it like that.
Do you enjoy playing that type of character that has that many kind of facets to her?
Oh my goodness, yeah. It's interesting because it's like when you look at like my career leading up to this role, I've actually played a number of pilots and a number of soldiers, and yet never somebody quite like Ortega's, where, you know, she really is like a fully lived human being, as any great character should be. And it's thanks to the writing that they've been able to combine all of that in a way that I find is very easy to bring to the screen, because the writing is good. And so it feels like when she's cracking jokes and when she's playing with her crewmates, that she still is incredibly professional and competent and confident. And I think that that's actually what excellent pilots and soldiers and people who you trust your life with, that's what they're like, you know, where it's like you want to hang out with them, and you also know that you can count on them when things get rough. And I think that Ortega's is the perfect embodiment of that. And it's thanks to the writers, thanks a very, very little bit to me. And we're gonna see a lot more of that in season 2.
I think it's a lot of you as well.
A lot.
Yeah. Babs, my God, you know, they've taken a character from the original series. It was like in 2 episodes, and they've created a full bore, deep, caring kind of doctor, and you play this so well.
No, thank you. Thank you.
When you got the script, I mean, what about this character appealed to you?
Just the beauty of it, you know, really, even from the read-in, you know, the sort of audition material that I was sent, you know, just from that, it was like 2 scenes, and one was just sort of this dynamic, whatnot conversation, sort of like a business deal. And then the next one was him and his, you know, loved one passing. Yeah. And it was very short, but it went deep, even in this short scene.
Yeah, that episode broke my heart.
Absolutely. So I took to it right from the beginning, right from the get-go. And yeah, the writing, and then we do what we do, and give it life, you know?
Is it a fun set to be on? I mean, I've asked that of all the Star Trek, you know, since the original. I mean, and everybody has these great stories of the camaraderie in the family. And do you find that true in Strange New Worlds?
Absolutely. Like I sometimes wonder, because sometimes my head is so kind of down in my work and what I have to do, and wanting to, you know, to kind of make sure things are perfect, that I'm like, am I missing something? Because I feel like our set is incredible. Everybody is wonderful. Everybody works together. You know, the crew and the showrunners and the writers, they want to know our input, and we get along with each other so well. And I'm like, is there something happening that I'm missing? Like some, you know, like some uneasiness that I'm just naive to. But, you know, after 2 seasons of it, I think that it's just is the way it is. Like we are very blessed to have a a wonderful set that we enjoy going to. And then each of us also is a part of that, right? Of making that atmosphere. But sometimes like when you're hearing all the like these crazy stories from other sets and other shows, and I'm just like, not on Strange New Worlds. Like we really are a family. And when we bring in guest stars, we make sure that they feel like they're part of the family. And then people like Carol Kane, who everyone's going to see as part of the crew in season 2, like as soon as she got there, like she was one of us, you know? And so it's been an absolute delight. And I can't wait for the fans to see what we've created.
I can say that it's just amazing, and I'm not going to give anything more away, but you guys are incredible and wonderful actors as well. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Tony.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
This place that I call. Everyone explaining to her that
There's light all around you. But it wasn't a candlelight nor firelight. I thought, and that must be what electric light is like.
But how can you recognize something you've never seen in real life?
I dream of the past. Why would I not dream of the future?